Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I'm Lararia, I love manga and video games. And today I will show you all the manga I got during the month of September, which actually isn't much. Because I had a lot of expenses during September, so I tried not to buy too many manga. And I actually succeeded. But I only bought 4 manga, but they were quite expensive, so. And after that I will also show you guys all the manga I read during September, which I'm really excited for because I was able to read quite a lot. Also with the fact that I didn't buy that many manga volumes, I feel like we're doing a good job with my TBR. Okay, so let's go on and show you the manga I got. Let's start with continuing series. I got volume 3 of Love That's an Understatement. And I got volume 7 of The Summer Hikaru Died. And I'll let you know, guys, here in Italy they're going a little crazy with the variant covers. Like they do a variant cover every other volume for every series. So things are a little crazy. And I usually don't care for variant editions, variant covers. As long as I like the original cover, I'll get the regular cover. Also because usually variant editions are more expensive, or they also have like some gadgets or something else to them. They have like, maybe they are like hardcover or something and they're different. So I was going to buy the regular cover for The Summer Hikaru Died volume 7, which is actually this one on the back with the crazy dude. But when I went to my usual comic shop, they only had the variant edition, which I actually really liked the cover of, so I decided to buy it even if it was more expensive. As you can see, it says here variant and it's $13.50, which is basically double the price of a normal manga. They also gave me the acrylic standee of Yoshiki. Focus on him. No? I don't know if you guys can see him. Anyway, they gave me this. Now, I don't really care for acrylic standees. You guys know that I don't really collect any collectibles. Basically, all I have is here in my background. And actually they recently printed a variant cover for the first volume of Summer Hikaru Died with the standee of Hikaru. But I'm not going to spend another 13.50 euros. 13 euros and 50 cents to be precise, to buy a volume that I already have just to get the standee for Hikaru and have both Yoshiki and Hikaru together, which, as I said, I don't really care for the standee, so now I have it, but I don't know what to do with it. Let's put him here for now, so he can keep me company. I do love that the cat, he's holding a cat, a grumpy cat. I do love that. So yeah, I have volume 7 for Summer Hikaru Died, and those are all the continuing series I got. Then I started a new series, which is Goodnight Pum Pum, and this is actually 2 in 1. So it's 2 volumes. This is also a very expensive series. I already had the single volume for this, but it was really hard to find the other volumes in the series. So I'm actually really happy that they decided to print this new edition, which is actually very nice. I do think that the spines are going to make a drawing, I think, of the main character, Poon. So I bought volume 1, which actually came out in August, but I bought it in September. And I also got volume 2. So I do like the colors. Color scheme is really pretty. So yeah, I'm starting this new series. It's a very short series. It's 7 volumes, so it shouldn't take too long. So yeah, this is everything I bought in September. Hold on. So let's move on to part 2 of the video, which is the manga I read in September. So before I start, I wanted to talk about a manga that I read in the month of August, but I forgot to talk about it in my last video, because I don't own the manga. Like, I borrowed it from my boyfriend. We actually made a deal. You guys do know I love deals. That he would read one of my favorite manga series, which is Hikaru no Go, or at least volume 1, and I will read volume 1 of one of his favorite series, and he picked Initial D for me. So I read volume 1. It just recently got manga release in Italy, and it's 2-in-1, so basically I read 2 volumes of Initial D. And if you guys don't know, Initial D is basically about car races. And I don't know, on mountains, so it's a lot of like drifting and stuff, and I know nothing about that. I'm no expert about cars, and to be honest, I'm not really into that a lot. But my boyfriend really likes cars, and so I read volumes 1 and 2, and I thought they were good. Like, I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. I do feel like the main character is a little weird. I'm not sure if I will continue with it. It's definitely not my top priority. If I do manage to slim down my my TBR, I might continue with it. We'll see. Okay, so let's move on to the manga I read in September. So in September, I was finally able to complete a series, and that is volume 4 of Kingdom Hearts 3. So this is the final volume in the series, and yeah, I'm so sad that this happened, but it's okay. Which is like a giant volume, and I have to say this is probably the most rushed out of all the Kingdom Hearts manga, because the first, here I have all of my Kingdom Hearts mangas that I have. Kingdom Hearts 1 is only 4 volumes, and it felt really rushed, but it gave at least one scene for each world, or at least I think I remember something like that. Also, the story for Kingdom Hearts 1, like, there isn't much story outside of visiting the worlds, so they were able to fit everything into those 4 volumes. Chain of Memories also felt really rushed. It's only 2 volumes, but yeah, there isn't much story, and it's very repetitive. Kingdom Hearts 3, though, like, if you guys have played the game, there are so we have 7 Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3, plus the whole ending, which is really long because it's the conclusion of the Xehanort arc, as Nomura said, of the Kingdom Hearts series. So there's a lot of lore, of plot in the final part of the game. So I was a bit confused because the first 3 volumes of the manga only had like a couple of worlds. I think they had Colosseum, Toy Story, and Rapunzel, and yeah, I think that's basically it for the world. So this one's focus. Thank you. So this volume was supposed to contain 4 worlds. Frozen, as you can see from the cover. Pirates of the Caribbean, which I thought they might exclude that because I don't think like there's something weird with the rights of that movie, so I didn't think they would include it here. But still, there was also Monster Inc. and Big Hero 6. I don't remember what the word is called, but still. And what did we get? We get a very short version of Frozen, and then we move straight to the finale, which also felt a little rushed, but it wasn't too bad. I quite enjoyed it. Still, what happened to the rest of the worlds? Like, Disney worlds are such a big part of the Kingdom Hearts series. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I was able to finally complete Kingdom Hearts. Then, series I'm continuing. I read volume 7 of Pluto, which is the second to last volume, so the next one is the final volume. I'm really excited for that, and I'm really enjoying this part of the story. I do really like this android. He's called Epsilon, at least that's the name we have in Italian. I'm not sure what the original name is. But I do enjoy him. I do like him because he doesn't like fighting, so he at the end, he has to fight this big bad guy that's attacking robots and also people connected to robots, so he had to fight, but I do really like his character. And at the end of this volume, we actually got the reveal that, Atom is back. So I'm really excited to see how it all ends. Okay, then I also read Tales of Symphonia Volume 4, which is also second to last, but after the last volume there's an extra volume, so yeah, I still have that to read. Also, how cute is this picture? I'm really enjoying this adaptation, and I want to show you this one as well. Like, how cute are they, all dressed up for some occasion? Aren't they adorable? I do love the art in this manga. It's very loyal to the game, and it's really nice to actually see the expressions. This was a very emotional part of the series when, of course, Lloyd finds out that Kratos is his father, and we also meet Mythos. Janice becomes his friend, and then we find out that he is in fact Yggdrasil. So a lot of very heartbreaking moments in this volume. I can't wait to see the ending. We also had the second betrayal, Zealous' betrayal. So that's also very sad, but understandable. I do really like the character of Zealous. So I'm curious to see what happens in the end. Another continuing series is Love That's an Understatement, Volume 3. This series, I swear, it's so cute. It's such a fluffy shoujo series with nothing in particular, but I do really like both the main characters. The main girl, she's adorable. I really like her, and he is also adorable. I really like them together. I can't wait to read more. I don't know why I'm so invested in this cute little shoujo series, but it's cute. Also the art, can you look at the cover art? It's so pretty. My gosh, I love the colors. Okay, let's move on to new series. So I started volume 1 of Goodnight Poon Poon, and by volume 1 I mean, you know, this giant thing that includes volumes 1 and 2, so I read 2 volumes basically. I have to say I forgot, like I read volume 1 like years ago. As I said, I have the single volume of the first volume, but I honestly didn't remember anything at all, except that it was really weird and kind of depressing. And when I was reading through volume 1, I thought it was indeed very weird. I was like, I don't know about this. Like, I was intrigued, but it's just really, really weird. Second volume though, that was really cute. I really enjoyed the second volume, so I'm actually curious to read more. I do like depressing stories and stories where we follow the protagonist as they are, you know, little kids, and then they grow up and go through things, and yeah, also bad things happen to them. We explore their emotions and their psyche. I really like that kind of story, so I'm looking forward to reading more and see how Poon Poon grows up. So yeah, volume 1 of the big edition. Then I also started Alice in Borderland volume 1, and I do think this is either 2 in 1 or 1.5 in 1 at least. I know this is a little bigger, and it says volume 1 of 9 volumes, which I think the series is actually longer than 9 volumes, so I do believe this is like more than 1 volume. Anyway, you guys know I do love my death games series and survival kind of stories, so I really enjoyed this. This is my kind of death game that I enjoy, where the main characters, which by the way, I do like them. I do like the main characters group. So far, I think more people will join them in the future, and we might lose a few since it's a death game. But yeah, so far it's really interesting. I'm curious to read more. Then I read one of the volumes recommended by you guys, which is Summertime Rendering Volume 1. And I do love time loops story, so this was really, really interesting to me. And yeah, I don't really have much to say, but I'm really curious to read more of this. So actually this gives me a little bit the same vibes as Summer Hikaru Died, and while this is more on the sci-fi mystery kind of, this is more focused on the horror and psychological thing, but they both have like body doubles and creature kind of substituting people, so kind of similar vibe, which I really, really like this manga, so I'm really happy about Summertime Rendering Volume 1. I can't wait to read more. And then finally, the last thing I read is actually the manga fantasy preview, as it's called, which has, so I know I said volume, it contains chapter 1 of these 3 series, but it was actually, for some series it was chapter 1, and for some it was like a couple of chapters. So I have to say, none of these 3 series really fully convinced me. The one that I would probably be interested in continuing is Tower Dungeon, and then Centuria and Blood Crawling Princess of a Ruined Country. They were both about kind of slavery, and one is more about revenge, and this one I'm really not sure, but might also be about revenge, or maybe more about finding family and love. But definitely Tower Dungeon is the more unique one, and I do like the setting, and I'm really curious actually to read more from Tsutomu Nihei. I've always been intrigued by Biomega and Blem, so maybe one day. It's just that in Italy we have like giant editions of his works, and this is actually kind of a different manga from what he usually does. He's usually more of a sci-fi kind of author. Well, this is of course fantasy. So yeah, I don't know if this is a good starting point for getting into his works, but yeah, I might continue with it because my boyfriend actually got volumes 1 and 2, so I will wait and hear what he has to say about it. If he likes it and says, if he tells me like, I think you would enjoy this, I might give it a try. So yeah, I'm glad I was actually able to read this because it's been sitting there for a couple of months. I got it in July, I think. So those were all the manga I bought during the month of September and all the ones I read during September, which, as I said, I didn't buy many manga, but I'm sure I will buy way more in October. And I do have a few new series that I'm really excited to start in October, so I'm looking forward to getting those and also reading both Summer Hikaru Died and Goodnight Poon Poon. Hopefully I get to read those in October. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like and subscribe, that will really help me. And let me know which manga you read in September, because I'm really curious. I do love when you guys comment, so please do. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!